everyone, welcome back to this week's Arts and Crafts Club. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to make a craft that you can eat, which is so exciting. So this craft involves us making a special type of chocolate and kind of painting and making a pattern with the chocolate. So the first thing that I've done is just microwaved some white chocolate. Now you can do this in the microwave or you can do it over a hob of water, but make sure that you get a grown-up to help you with this bit, as it's really easy to get burnt. So make sure that you are doing this with a grown-up. So what you need to do is get 2 bars of white chocolate and melt that into a bowl. So this bowl has 2 bars of white chocolate, and then you need 2 more bowls, and in each of these you are going to put half a bar of white chocolate. So this one has half a bar of white chocolate and this one has half a bar of white chocolate. So you have 3 bowls in total. Now what we are going to do is cut down some baking paper so that it fits into a pot. I've just chosen this pot because it's quite small so that we can make our chocolate quite thick on top. And I ripped off this piece of baking paper, but I think it's going to be quite big, so it'll be hard to pour the chocolate on top of. So I'm just going to cut it so it's just a little bit bigger than my pot, so that it can go all the way along the bottom of the pot and then go up the sides a little bit as well. And this means that when we pour our chocolate, hopefully it won't stick to the pot and it'll be easy to get it back out again, because we don't want to make chocolate and then not be able to eat it. So I'm going to cut around the edges of the baking paper so it fits nicely into my pot. There we go. Lovely. So I made a kind of rectangle that's going to go inside my pot. So I'm just going to push that down so that it covers the bottom and a little bit of the sides as well. Okay, hopefully that stays there. Now this is my first time making this, so it might not be perfect, so we'll just try it together. So the next thing that I'm going to do is get my bowl, which has 2 bars of white chocolate in it, so the one that's more full, because this is going to be the chocolate on our base. And what I'm going to do is just pour that into our pot here and try and get it to cover the bottom of it so that we can make a kind of chocolate bar. So I'm going to pour that in there. Lovely. And it's best to do this with white chocolate so that you can see the other colours when we add them in. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So I'm going to get my spoon and try and get the rest of that chocolate out, because we don't want to waste any. We want to eat it all. Let's put that in here. Lovely. And then I'm going to spread it out with my spoon along the bottom of the pot. Now you can add more or you can use less if you want to make a bigger or smaller chocolate bar, but I thought I'd go with 2 chocolate bars for my base. And those were the big chocolate bars, but you could use small ones as well. It just depends how much you want to make. Okay, so I have put that along the bottom, if you can see it properly, along the bottom of my pot. I think it's moving around too much, it's a bit difficult to show you. But it's poured in the bottom there, the bottom of the pot, and it's covered the whole of the bottom, which is perfect. Now the next thing you want to do is get one of your bowls that has half a bar of white chocolate in there. And you are going to choose some different colour food colourings to add to it. So I have got one that is green and one that is red, and these are going to turn into a kind of chocolate paint that you're going to put on top. So I'm going to choose the green one to start with, and be really careful with the food colouring, because if it gets on your clothes it's really hard to get out. So you might need a grown-up to help you pour this. I'm going to pour some into the cap so that I don't get too much, and then I'm going to pour it into the bowl, and you just need the smallest drop of it, so you don't need much at all. So I'm just going to add a little drop of it into there. Okay, I've got some in my cap, and I'm going to pour it into my white chocolate. And once that food colouring is in there, I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to give it a mix and see if it turns. So I have got my bowls here, and one of them's got the green white chocolate in it, and the other one has got the pink white chocolate. I added some red to make it look like pink, so I just added a little bit of red. So now the next step is to pour some of your coloured white chocolate into your base of white chocolate that is in the pot. So I'm just going to get a spoon and pour a little bit of the pink white chocolate into there. I think I'm just going to do pink for this one, and then I might make another one and add the green one to that, but you can add as many colours as you want. So I'm adding the pink just to the base of white chocolate in here. It's really difficult to show you without it all falling out. And then what I'm going to do is get a stick like this one. So kind of like one that you might stick into your food that's got the pointy end here, a skewer. And I've just poured a little bit of the pink chocolate into there. And then what I'm going to do is spread the pink chocolate out to make a pattern, and it looks so pretty. So it looks a bit like you're doing some kind of painting with the chocolate. I'm going to add some more of it and then I'll show you what mine looks like. Let's add some more of the pink chocolate. Oh, I might put too much in, let's see. And like I said, you can do as many colours as you want, and you can choose the colours that you'd like to add in there. And then when you swirl it around, I'm kind of making some swirly patterns so that it changes the colour of the chocolate. I'll show you what we've done so far. I might add some more. So this is what I've made so far. I just added some of the pink chocolate in there, and then I moved it around with this stick, and I kind of made some swirly patterns in there, which gave it this effect that looks really nice. So I could add a little bit more of my pink, or I could just leave it like that. I think I'm just going to leave mine like that for now with just a little bit of a pattern in there. I did make the green as well, but I thought it'd be nice to just try it first with one colour, but you can add as many colours as you like. Now the final step for now is to add some sprinkles if you would like to. So I've got these rainbow sprinkles, but I've seen so many different sprinkles in the shops at the moment. I even saw some unicorn sprinkles, which are really cool, and I saw some Christmas sprinkles. So maybe if you did the red and the green, you can make this into a Christmas chocolate bar. But what I'm going to do is get some of the sprinkles and sprinkle them on top, so it's made a rainbow chocolate painting. Okay, I'm just going to add a bit of those. I'm not going to add too many. Lovely. Right, so now you have added your base of white chocolate and you have swirled your other colour of white chocolate into it, and maybe added some sprinkles if you like. It is time to put this in the fridge. So I'm going to put this in the fridge for about an hour so that it can harden up, and then we will be back. Okay, so I have taken my chocolate out of the fridge. It's been about an hour. So now that you can see that it looks a bit like a painting, it has got some pink on it and some sprinkles. So what you need to do now is try to cut it up. Now, if you would like it in perfect squares or rectangles, you can use a knife. Or if you would like it to be in different shapes, so it's not so perfect, so it's more like a chocolate bark, then you can use your hands after you wash them to break up the chocolate into pieces. This might be a bit harder if your chocolate is quite thick, but mine is the perfect size to break it in half with my hands. And I like the look of it a bit better if it's not in perfect squares or rectangles, but instead kind of forms lots of different shapes as you break it up. And then when you have got all of your pieces of chocolate bark that looks a bit like a painting, then you can put those onto a plate to serve them. And as we know, we can't have chocolate all the time. It's not too healthy for us, so it just has to be a treat. So maybe you could have a little bit after dinner or share some with your family. So I'm going to put that onto here. And now it looks like a plate of pink, sparkly, sprinkly chocolate, which makes it much more exciting than just a plain white chocolate bar. I like this because it's kind of like an art and craft activity, but also involves some really yummy chocolate. So I think that looks really nice. So I hope you've enjoyed this video this week. So it's a bit of a different run because we use some food for this arts and crafts, but please come back next week when we are going to have another type of craft for you to use. Lovely, and see you soon.